bullshit.
You be on that bullshit. You on that 718, can't get a
the licking. He really wanna fuck me cause he know that really different. That pussy but I purr like a little kitten. He begging, asking me to let him stick a tipping.
Alright, y'all ready? Here we go. So, this week on Baddies East, it starts off, you couldn't see the fight. It actually seemed how Natalie and Camilla was fighting when they had round two. Like, they start fighting and then the fucking camera starts switching over to the ceiling and the wall. And I just don't get how y'all let people play y'all out your money like that. Like, me personally, it couldn't have been me. I know y'all like, oh, well, how you know what happened if you were copping the thing? Y'all really think I'm paying for this shit for real? If you think I'm paying for this shit, you're fucking crazy. You're literally fucking crazy. So anyway, yeah, it looked like how Natalie and Camilla's second round was when it was Rolly versus Sukiyana. You could barely see shit. The shit started going into outer space, the sun, the stars, and the moon. So that was whatever. Then it looked like they was pulling each other hair like it was a fucking anime match and shit. I'm just like, yo, this is not it. Mariah says Sukiyana got her ass beat from the window to the wall, and the joke fell real flat. Like, I get what she was trying to say. To the window, to the wall, to the wall, to the spot drop down your balls. All this, all this, like, that's what she was trying to do, but it was just like, girl, it was so dry and flat. Like, go to sit the fuck down with your drum flat head ass. So then you see Sapphire jump up on the table. For that second, Sapphire been talking about she didn't jump there for the whole past week and all this other stuff. And I know she was so happy the reunion came up because she thought we forgot about her just not being a good friend. But Hannah said if it was her best friend, she couldn't, which actually means in real time this shit did look crazy on Sapphire's part. So let's just put that into context clues as well. Sukiyana says Rolly is tired, and Rolly says Sukiyana pussy is dark, and Rolly says Sukiyana sold her career for $50K, and Rolly says Sukiyana talked about her son. I'm just like, Rolly, is this actually true? Or is just something that, Rolly's making out of nowhere? Because, soon as fucking Rolly start beefing with somebody, it's this person sold their baby on Craigslist for 5 packs of gum and some wick. Like, it's just like, all right, girl, like, shut the fuck up. Like, now all of a sudden, this is this and that is that. Like, all right, we get it, Rolly. So, anyway, it says, Scarface drowns Sukiyana and tells Sapphire and Sukiyana tells Sapphire to fuck her up, and Rolly says Sapphire didn't want to in a confessional, and Sapphire kept saying, wow, like what, Sapphire? And you clearly see Sapphire kind of like panicking and shit. Well, this is going on, like, like she's really like trying to grab fucking Suki and do all this extra stuff. But it's like, girl, why does this look like a fucking wet versus wild fucking match? Like, you trying to take off all her clothes? Like, what are you, like, if you don't swing on this bitch, like, you don't swing on this big Buffalo Bill bitch, like, what the fuck is going on, right? So, whatever. Suki's telling her that on the side. Sapphire's acting crazy. Sukiyana says, what, Sapphire was scared? Sapphire says she trying to find peace. And the situation is like, girl, this is not the time to be finding peace. Like, this is the time for my foot up your ass. If you don't fucking go for what I need you to go for. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, Sapphire starts talking about a fine, like, and you did hear that too. You did hear Sapphire. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I was tripping or not, but if you go back, you hear Sapphire talk about, for a split second, you heard Sapphire talk about them getting a fine. Like, she says, I don't know, like, maybe they getting fined like BGC for certain stuff. I don't know, but that's what I kind of heard. Anyway, so Sukiyana says Rolly pours are shitty, and they're leaking cognac, and I'm just like, Rolly, not you leaking cognac. That's kind of crazy. Sukiyana says Rolly looked like a hippo. And Sukiyana says she needs to take a bath. Sukiyana says Rolly butthole is bigger than this whole this whole room. And Sukiyana grabs a glass. Rolly says, who put Tracy Morgan on camera? And Sukiyana asks if anybody didn't mess with her, tell me now. And Suki said, what did Sapphire do? And Tasiki looking at Sapphire. Oh, did y'all peep Tasiki, the way Tasiki was looking at Sapphire? Like, no, you kind of dropped the ball on this one, gang. For real, because it's just a simple point of like, all right, it's not that she need her help and all this other stuff, but it's the fact that how these two motherfuckers think that they can just argue with me, and then this one motherfucker think that they can throw water out of nowhere. And as my friend that I was supposed to come onto the show with, it's like, why you not shaking and moving? Like, why the fuck am I getting shit thrown at me? Like, you get what I'm saying? It should at least be like a, yo, chill out, because y'all drawing, this is still, that's not your woo-woo. And then this bro say something to you, you run over there and cap him, and then I go and cap such and such for a second time, and then we get it popping, and then I eventually sneak over, get Sapphire, I'm not Sapphire, Scarface, and then I start whooping her, and then we start having a whooping session up in, what is it called, Daddy Ann's or something? I don't know what that place was called. They was calling it something. So anyway, that was that. Sukiyana said, what she said, what did Sapphire do? Oh no, I said that. This was it. Okay. You know, Tasiki was looking at Sapphire crazy and said she would fight for her every... Oh, all right. Sukiyana said she would fight for Sapphire every single time. And Sapphire was gaslighting because she knew she should have did something. And she knew she was being a bad friend. And that's why you see Sapphire grabbing on Suki and shit like girl bye. She basically was trying to start a diversion so they could start arguing. That's why she was grabbing on her and all this other stuff. Like, she was fucking shit. She was fucking nervous and shaking. She didn't know what to do. Like, she was trying to start a whole new situation. I don't know if y'all know, but I've seen that shit multiple times before. Like, somebody not do what they supposed to do, and then they try to start a whole nother situation. And then it's like some bull. Like, you ever see a man supposed to take up for his girl, he don't take up for his girl, and then him and his girl start arguing? That's what it is. That's what she basically trying to deflect. Camilla was damn near about to cry. If y'all didn't see it, I seen it a little bit. Well, she looked like she's about to cry. I don't know if she was just pissy drunk or what. Natalie says Sapphire wouldn't fight Rolly, and Natalie says Sapphire wouldn't pick a side, and Natalie agreed they had to come over and get Rolly off of Sukiyana off the wall, because basically Rolly said they had to get her off of Suki and etc. It's like, girl, you just pushed your weight. Like, I understand there's no rules of fighting, but Rolly, don't act like you did something magnificent. Like, you was like, y'all ever see one of those fucking toys where you put the batteries in the toy and shit, you use the little walkie remote control, and the toy walk over like squish squish. Like, that's how like Rolly was walking like she was all fucking automated. Like girl, you barely was moving. It's like it was something under your cuffs moving your feet. Like, you, Rolly. Okay. So anyway, Bobby and Sapphire did Sukiyana. Oh, Bobby said Sapphire. Y'all can see I was trying to rush right in. Bobby said that Sapphire did Sukiyana wrong and that Sapphire was fake ass bitch. And Sapphire said now she feels a certain way about Bobby playing with her character, and it's like, girl, you play with your own character, get the fuck on somewhere. And that's for real, Sapphire. Like, you really play with your own character and gonna talk about, well, Bobby said, bitch. Not calling her a bitch, but bitch, like, what you mean? You already fucked up your own character. What are you talking about? Like, that was your one time to shine and go. That would have been that should have been a one thing in your head filming the show. Like, if anybody fuck with Suki, I gotta ride because I'm gonna look crazy. That's it. That's all. Anyway, Bobby said Sapphire could never be around him because she a fake ass. And while security trying to grab Sapphire, and Suki told Sapphire just go, and Sapphire looked at dumb this whole time. And I guess he was trying to ask for like 3 seconds or something. Like, sometimes when you be watching these episodes, you hear certain things that they say that put stuff in the context that let you know shit been cut out. And I always been wondering, like, what do people be talking about? Because I like some of y'all really be paying attention to this shit. And sometimes they'll say something, like Sukiyana says something when they was on the fucking Sprinter, and she was like, no, it ain't no 3 seconds, woo, woo. But you never heard Sapphire say nothing about 3 seconds. And I'm like, yo, she must have asked her for 3 seconds, because that response just, it does not make sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, it does not make sense. And me doing TV before in the past, like, I totally understand, like, oh shit, like maybe I am, maybe something going over my head, because I'm like, bro, they were like, it is something in there that just don't make sense. So anyway, Bobby said all of that about Sapphire. Sapphire starts to cry in the confessional and says she feel like that was her best friend that day, but that was the devil. And Sapphire's full of shit, because how you gonna do some wrong shit and then put it on Sukiyana? And that's low key, like, that's low key the fucking narcissist shit that y'all gotta watch out for in friends. Like, they will be wrong as fuck, try to put something on you and then act like all this other stuff. And it's like, girl, what are you crying for? Like, I understand. I understand she was caught red-handed and you were caught not being a good friend. You can't say. Yo, yo, she about to be a sad asshole. Like she's about to lay in a fucking bar to do a 1-2 musical. You don't go sit the fuck down. Like, you just did all this fuck shit, and now you want to be in here fucking crying like a sad horse and shit. Like, you don't get out of here. So anyway, what happened? Sapphire, whatever, boom, boom, boom. It's down walking in towards their Sprinter. Like, girl, but oh, now Sapphire's walking in to Natalie and them Sprinter. Sapphire said a bunch of BS. I put Bobby tells Sukiyana she needs to reevaluate her friendships, and Rolly says, who would fuck a bunch who got brown swamp water coming out her pussy? Like, Rolly, how you know where to get that video? Natalie tries to make it about her and Scotty. Like, we don't care. My whole thing with Rolly is, like, I feel like Rolly been had that video. Like, if y'all peep how Sukiyana walked into the skating room at the skating ring and how Rolly kind of looked at her, and Ben was given, like, oh, like, I already know I'm gonna have a problem with this bitch. I'm not gonna like this bitch. Let me find out ammo. Because Rolly just be having, like, certain things fucking already saved in the archives and everything, and I don't trust that. Like, girl, if you don't fuck with me from jump, tell me you don't fuck with me from jump. Like, don't even try to fill me out. Like, if you ain't gonna fuck with me, you ain't gonna fuck with me. That's just that. And hold up real quick. But yeah, that's just that. Like, don't do all that fake ass weird shit. Like, I do. That's one thing I don't like do. Like, do not try to hide or have no fucking unknown ammo for me. You get what I'm saying? Like, if we gonna fall out, let it be natural. Don't have ammo and shit already out for me. Like, that's weird. So anyway, we got House B by the pool. They talk Smiley being drunk, pouring Coca-Cola, and they said they tried to make Smiley feel accepted. And I said how, because it's giving me like, oh, y'all see she was kind of awkward, so y'all try to push away from her a little bit instead of being like, hey, why do you always want to feel accepted? Or why do you want to feel like this? Or why do you want to feel like that? You get what I'm saying? Like, why do you have low self-esteem, Smiley? Why do you get what I'm saying? I don't feel like those questions was answered. So just like, y'all can miss me with it. Natalie and Scotty, what happened? Natalie and Scotty was fighting about keywords. What? Sky said that's what Natalie and Scotty was fighting about. And oh, that's okay. I'm dickhead. Sky asked, because they start talking about Natalie and Scotty, and Sky asked, oh, that's what they was fighting about, the fool, which I found was really ironic, because how Sky didn't know what they was fighting over, but she's supposed to be the team captain of House B. You get what I'm saying? It's just, and she was there too, so it's just like, bro, I don't even, and then there's people saying there wasn't even food on them tables, so it's just like, everything is too all over the place, and they don't know you feel what I'm saying? It's just to be about food, they don't know what's going on, and it's just like, Yeah, no, y'all lying. Sapphire still mingling with Rolly, and she is so fake, talking about Sukihana not speaking to me. Like, shut the fuck up, girl. You deserve not to get spoke to at this point. Mariah talks about Smiley not wanting to be hydrated with the IV. Like, girl, clearly she was taking drugs in the city of Jamaica, allegedly, and she didn't want the perks and stuff getting into the water bag. So Mariah, shut the fuck up, because I thought about that a couple episodes ago when Natalie kept trying to say, oh, she's doing stuff with the alcohol and etc. Okay, she had 7 shots, but she had some means in there, and it's like I can clearly see why she had that type of reaction, because people have been saying from the beginning, like, whatever that is you put inside your drink will make you know what I'm saying? And I never did pills and potions with drinks before, so allegedly. So that's just that. But Rolly tells Mariah nobody should be talking about Natalie and Scotty. And Mariah says in her confession, here come Rolly picking. And I mean, that's true, because you could clearly see Rolly try to decipher a storyline at that moment. Like, okay, here we go. Rolly says Sapphire stood 10 toes down with her friend, and I think that's bullshit. I think she just trying to make Sapphire feel better because they trying to flop her onto a different side and start this other stuff. And Sapphires think that she's going to get on a fucking spinoff or on another series of the fucking, and it's just like, no, Sapphire, like this, no, bad horse. So anyway, Sukihana is defending her, and every time she gets into it with them, it's over a bitch she don't fuck with, and Sapphire is fake. So when I said defending her, I basically was talking about, we basically went on to the whole why Sapphire felt certain things, like, oh, how you defending Smiley, but every time she get into it with them, it's about a bitch she don't like. And Sapphire, you pulled that shit out your fucking ass. You talking about the whole motherfucking, oh, now you always got a problem, you getting into a rolling on because of some girl I don't like, woo, woo. And it's like, okay, y'all did what y'all did, and Sukihana jumped in, so what is, like, your loyalty had to be proven to? It's fucking Smiley. Like, it's not fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. You pulled that shit out your ass because you were deflecting, and you felt bad. And now it's like you try to fucking Harvard your own shit because you felt crazy. So anyway, Sapphire says she had Sukihana back, and Sukihana says she don't want an apology, and she feel like she did what she did, and Sukihana says she would have punched Rolly in her shit, and Sukihana says why she arguing with both of them, and Sapphire was moving or looking like a fake ass bitch, and Sukihana says she feel like Sapphire was scared, and I do too. Sapphire says she fucked up and admitted it, and Suki said why she didn't slide. Sukihana says Sapphire gonna lose the realest bitch she ever met, and Sapphire says she let bonds get in the way, and it sounds like you Ben was letting them talk. It sound like Sapphire was already letting the girls talk shit about Suki in a different house, and now she got so much stuff packed on her and stuff like that. That's just a little theory in my opinion. Anyway, Sapphire was fake. And she tried too many deflection, narcissistic acts for me. Like, if Suki ain't have her own brain, I feel like Sapphire could have took that over. Sukihana said how you let that happen, and that she's embarrassed about their friendship because you not letting girls feel like she can manipulate you to slide for her. And it's like, girl, Sapphire, if you don't go sit your Dorothy in the yellow brick road, that road head ass down somewhere. Because Sapphire was just all over the place. Like, you let these bitches manipulate you. Like, it's really giving me the lion from the yellow brick road with Dorothy and them. Like, go the fuck here somewhere. So Sukihana says she gonna have to fight that hoe when they get, and then they good. And Sapphire says like, okay, but still nobody was fought right in the club or anything. Scotty came in, no shoes, like she was tired and irritated, and the whole conversation was about being disrespectful. I kind of felt like Scotty won, but Natalie was trying to move, but only one part of her body was moving. Like, okay, that's all that motherfucking them fucking Medicaid shot shit she be getting and shit like that to make her lose weight when that's fall fucking that no disrespect to the diabetics, but that diabetic shit that she be getting shot up with and stuff like that. Y'all know what I'm Wegovy or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's all of that. So now Natalie body could barely move. I swear, in one part of Natalie body was twisting. I'm like, yeah, that's all the medical shots she was getting. That's all them stabbings on the side of your ribs, girl. Scotty says Natalie plays victim. Yeah, some more of the story, they had that whole little situation. Scotty came in, those shoes, blah, blah, blah. They basically end up apologizing, and Natalie said she felt like she created a monster. Wasn't really Scotty is entitled. And Scotty says Natalie hit her with her wedding ring. That's why she had that gash on her head, and I could believe it. Natalie says Scotty love language is money, y'all. Remember that. They low-key telling on themselves. I kind of feel like, I wrote that, boom, boom. Scotty says Nat play victim. Scotty says she knew what she was doing when she put the can up to her head, basically saying she playing Natalie delusional game. Getting the calls all the time since Baddies, ATL. Because Natalie always talk about somebody calling her because all the girls doing stuff. And she been saying that since Baddies, ATL. Natalie says, come on, let her out. And they start crying or whatever. It was real delusional, whatever, real pimpish. Natalie retells the story to Rolly, basically saying, Scotty says, oh, you're Rolly best friend now, and etc. Basically try to force feed a storyline to get Scotty attacked. And it's like, those the girls you gotta watch out for because they'll get you lined up, Scotty. But at the same time, I don't feel like Scotty don't know that Natalie be trying to line her up and stuff. Like with the whole can thing where she said, oh, I just put the can in my head like this and weep. She knows for the story. Like, then pair one, we get Sukihana and Scotty and Sapphire. So she playing in the background, the Suki. And Sukihana tells Sapphire stay over there. E.T. in the corner aggravated because her foot. Mariah performed Money Come or whatever that song was, Rapunzel. And Sukihana said, and Tasiki performed. Sukihana said she's not hugging these hoes. Mariah saying stuff in the confessional. Sukihana says she pressed Mariah at Lobster Days. Rolly throws something. Mariah says Mariah talking shit all day. Oh, Rolly says Mariah talk shit all day. And then throws a juice at her. Mariah starts screaming. Rolly calls her a scary ass bitch and more. It's like every time fucking Mariah start arguing or screaming or something, Rolly call her a scary ass bitch. But I wanted a couple minutes to talk about the reunion. So my quick thoughts. It's like I hate that we hearing so much less about Camilla because it's giving me Camilla even tied or she lost. Then my whole thing is, what do y'all think about Jonathan telling all these stories? Like, do y'all think Zeus is just trying to pipe our head up? That's why they giving them multiple stories. Because, like, Jonathan worked for them or something. Because, you know, when Oxygen used to run, they used to pay Natalie to, like, argue with the girls. So I'm thinking, do they do stuff like that to throw them off? You know, Sapphire, with the whole Sapphire E.T. thing, my whole thoughts are like, do y'all think that Sapphire really won? Because with the makeup, she do got this sharp-ass thing on the side of her face, even though she showed the ring marks, and it's kind of giving me Sapphire struggle somewhat. I'm not even going to hold you. Do y'all think somebody did Rolly in? Because Rolly, yeah, last reunion, she was less loud after she fought Sky. But if you think about it, last reunion, Rolly didn't really have no super wins, in my opinion. Like, I feel like everybody she fought, she even tied with, or, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing super crazy. So, you think that it's kind of like the last reunion? Because I don't feel like she won against Stunner, and I don't feel like she won against whoever else I feel like all of those was like ties last reunion. Even the DJ Sky thing, to be honest. But, I don't know. Y'all let me think, because it's been a crazy reunion. They saying T ran off stage. I hope she didn't. They saying Scotty was, like, mopping her. I'm like, damn, did the self-defense books work? Like, what's really going on? I have no doubt with Tasiki and, the other girl. And, yeah, I will see y'all next week. And, yeah.